Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. 12,000 plus pharma and biotech executives will be in San Francisco in the week ahead for one of the largest and perhaps most significant life sciences conferences of the year. This is not your typical conference. The JP Morgan Healthcare Conference, there's really no trade floor, no public website. It's really by invitation only. And Eli Lilly and Company has a ticket. CEO John Lechleiter will be there presenting. For more on the conference and why it's important to Indiana as well, pleased to be joined by Lilly's Senior Vice President of Corporate Business Development, Darren Carroll. And Darren, as always, welcome to the program.
Thanks very much, Gary. Great to be here.
Darren, first of all, put this in perspective for people outside of the pharma industry, how big this conference is.
There's really no bigger conference in the entire industry, Gary. So imagine about 10 to 12,000 people stuffed into a 9-block square area, all wheeling and dealing on new companies, new molecules. It's senior executives of major pharma companies like myself. It's venture capitalists. It's CEOs of biotechs. It's university people. It's investment bankers. Everybody who has anything to do with the creation of new companies, with mergers and acquisitions or licensing are all there. Working from about 6 o'clock in the morning till midnight at various meetings and events.
Yeah, this conference is important for Lilly and other companies every year, but for Lilly especially this year in 2016, entering that long anticipated, long awaited growth phase. Is this perhaps a more important conference than usual?
Well, you mentioned that our chairman, John Lechleiter, will be speaking on Tuesday to all the conference attendees, talking about what we've just come through. Lilly, as you know, has come through an historic moment. So we went through the biggest set of patent expiries in our almost 140-year history. We're coming out poised for really solid growth. We've got new medicines that we're getting registered, getting ready to launch throughout the world. We've also got a large number of medicines that are in late-stage development, ready to go into regulatory submission. So for us, being ready to start to continue to reload the pipeline, this is a really critical conference.
Interesting, as you look at the acquisition marketplace in 2015 globally, it's estimated there was more than $5 trillion in acquisitions in 2015, 1 in 4 of those in the pharma space.
That's right.
So a lot of activity in that space.
That's right.
Will there be deals that will begin to kind of take shape, those types of things in San Francisco?
They always do. You know, every year we meet with an array of different companies. Sometimes we're meeting with a company for the very first time. More often than not, we're actually talking to someone for the 4th or 5th or 6th time where we've been following them in some cases for years, watching the development of their technology. Now, the big deals that you talked about, the biggest ones, are usually big industry consolidation deals. As you know, for Lilly, that isn't something that we've really focused on. In fact, for us, we are focused like a laser on innovation. Yeah. So for us, when we do deals, those deals will be focused on bringing innovative new medicines to the market to complement the work that we're doing in our Lilly research labs today.
What's your message to potential partners out there? It's very competitive. Obviously, others are looking for partnerships too. What's the Lilly message that will be delivered out there?
It's very competitive. In fact, Lilly has actually done quite well in this competition over the years. You know, what we'll say to our partners and our potential partners is this. We've been partnering actually for over 90 years. So Lilly got its start, as you probably know, in the diabetes business by doing a partnership with the University of Toronto. So this isn't new for us. And fast forward to today, of the 7 molecules that are in the next 18 months that will be going into regulatory submission or hopefully getting approval, 4 of those will have come from acquisitions or licensing deals. So this is something we're ready to do, and we've got real expertise to be able to add to those products. Our expertise in clinical development and commercialization, we can add quite a lot to the products that other companies have developed or have begun, and we can help bring them to the marketplace.
Yeah, very important conference for Lilly, but also for the state of Indiana, a big life sciences push, obviously. You're involved with BioCrossroads. Talk about the importance that this conference has for Indiana's life sciences push and companies in that space.
Sure. You know, I've been honored to be named chairman of the board of BioCrossroads. It is a tremendous group. There are a few assets in this state that actually I believe are as valuable to an industry as BioCrossroads is to the life sciences industry. And by the way, that's not just the pharmaceutical industry, right? That's the agricultural sector as well. That's instruments and devices. It's a very broad sector here in Indiana. So for that reason alone, it's critical that Indiana play an important role there. And there will be companies from every part of the life sciences sector at the JP Morgan conference, from ag and tech to animal health to pharmaceuticals to devices to instruments, absolutely in every sector. Small companies, big companies, universities are typically represented there. It's a little bit like an old-fashioned bazaar where everyone's there trading.
Yeah, very good.
But more importantly, this is where value begins to get created.
Very good. Huge conference. Darren, you'll be there as well as John Lecklider and others. John will be speaking, presenting on Tuesday. We'll be following the story. Safe travels to you, and we'll be covering your trails this week.
Thanks very much.